Good morning, everyone. I want to give you an update before we head out to the breast cancer surgeon and radiation doctor at Johns Hopkins. I'm whispering because I've had to do all this research while Gabriel's in school, while he's sleeping, because we don't feel right now is the right time to get him involved and let him know what's going on. It's just not good for his mind after what he's been through with me before, and he's only 7. You can tell Caesar's sleeping because you can see what my lights look like this morning. Anyway, you've heard reporters say in the field, we have very little information to go on, but here's what we can tell you. And that's pretty much the point I'm at right now. We have very little information to go on, except that now it's been 12 days since I've heard that official breast cancer diagnosis. I've yet to have a scan. I have one on an MRI on Friday. But I can tell you that I was diagnosed 2 days after celebrating and having a party for my 5th anniversary of being cancer-free from AML leukemia and a bone marrow transplant. I've also learned that this process is completely different when you're dealing with breast cancer versus a blood cancer like leukemia. With leukemia, they say, here's your chance of survival. For me, it was 25% chance. We're gonna put a Hickman in, send chemo right through your heart. Here's your calendar, here's your game plan. You'll be here for a year, here's how it goes. Breast cancer, they say, let's think, let's get scans. You have options, which is a good thing, but the slow process is stressful and it does a lot with your mind. What I can tell you also has been very aggravating. The information I'm going to share with you is not because some patient navigator called me up and said, hey, let's help you through the process, and here's what you need to know, and here's the test you're going to need. No, it's because I put my reporter hat on. I've been a pain in the neck. I thought about who's in my network. I reached out to people, shared with all of you, and also reached out to a world-renowned researcher that I've had the honor of sharing the stage with, who has given me so much information before I've yet to even see my own doctor. And that's something I want to let you know. If you get diagnosed with something, don't sit and wait for your appointment. Go into that reporter mode. You don't have to have been a reporter, but really get engaged and start asking people. And so you're well informed and you know what you need, because only you can best advocate for yourself. Okay, what the doctor is telling me so far, the ones I've talked to, not met with, is that my treatment's going to be very tricky, because the very treatment that could cure me from breast cancer has a risk of causing leukemia. Yes, you've heard me, the chemo treatment has the potential to cause leukemia, which is risky for someone who already has just survived AML leukemia and a bone marrow transplant, has a compromised immune system. Right now, again, I mentioned I have shingles, and already has a compromised immune system. I have my sister's DNA, and I have her genetic markers, which we've learned also may put me at risk of a blood cancer. That's a lot and very complex. I love being complex, right? Second, you've heard people say, oh, they have baggage. There's going to be a lot of drama when they talk about relationships. Well, guess what? I have baggage. I might be drama. It's going to be a delicate dance. I'm willing to do it. The baggage is that I had 1 year of chemo and radiation. That was 10 months of high intensity chemo, followed by 2 months or 3 months of more high intensity chemo, and that included radiation throughout the year. My body is taxed. It could be maxed out. And this is something that my blood cancer oncologist is going to have to work with my breast cancer oncologist, and find what is the right dose, if any, to help me get through this and not cause a relapse of leukemia, which is very, very important and very tricky. That being said, we know that HER2 negative, ER, PR positive is good. It's just not simple for me, given my complex history. So I will have a breast cancer surgeon, a radiation doctor, a leukemia oncologist, a breast cancer oncologist, my already infectious disease doctor I've been seeing, and my immunologist, which is a lot. So first, I'm going to hear the next 2 weeks what my doctors from Johns Hopkins say. I'm going to get another second opinion from Penn Med. And then I'm going to go also to another hospital where, from what I've been connected and told about them, is that they tend to treat with less chemotherapy, which could be the only avenue that I will have, an option I will have to go. It will be a delicate dance, but I will say I want to thank you all for your texts and your posts. It's been emotional, and it's hard to compartmentalize and put aside your tears and just go into that research mode. And I've been on the phone about medical billing and getting approvals, and then at night when I sit in bed, I just look at Caesar and I cry, and I'm like, I am so tired, and I haven't even started, because it's a tough process. And the last thing I want to say to all of you is, there is no right thing to say to a cancer patient, but avoiding you is the worst thing you can do to a friend. If you don't have anything to say, just send a simple text thinking of you. I don't know what to say, but I'm thinking of you. That is, you talk to other cancer survivors and talk to them and ask them how some of the people from their middle layer of friends, the friends they may not get or hang around all the time, actually come rushing to their aid. And some of those closest to them, they panic and they don't know what to say. And sometimes they're the ones who tend to move further away because they don't know what to say and they can't handle it. So find the right thing to say to your friend or your family member who has cancer and just let them know you don't know what to say. We understand that, but running is can be emotionally challenging and just add more stress to the cancer patient. That's all I have for you. Don't forget to prepare, present, prevail for your own illness. And don't forget to armor up and be engaged if something happens to you. Get engaged in your own treatment. I'll keep updating you. I'm going to do posts. I'm going to start a podcast. I have a lot to say. And I know that by sharing this information from the hundreds, and I mean hundreds of messages I've received, that if I can change one life or save one life, that I've made a difference. So I will keep doing this. Have a great day, everyone. Armor up.